Hi everybody, thanks for joining me again. My name is Teresa and I am a teaching artist with the PACE Art program in Lafayette, Louisiana. I'm really excited to be here today and ready to teach you guys a movement art lesson about the Statue of Liberty and shapes and symbols. So the first thing that we'll do today is we're going to warm up. That's how we get our bodies ready to move. The next thing that we'll do is we'll learn about making shapes with our bodies. After that, we're going to talk about the Statue of Liberty and talk about why the statue is an important symbol of the United States. So we'll learn a little bit about what a symbol means too. Then after that, the final thing that we'll do today is we will take what we learned and we'll start creating a dance. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Now today's just part 1 of the lesson, and on Friday we'll continue with part 2. Now the only thing that you'll need is some space. So before we get started, please make sure that you have enough space to move. We want to make sure that we are that we're safe and we're not going to bump into anything, okay? So don't forget, you can pause this video anytime you need, if you need to catch up or if you need to see something again, all right? Let's stand up and we're going to get started with our warm-up. You can follow along with me.
Some people live for the fortune. Some people live just for the fame. Some people live for the power, yeah. Some people live just to play the game. Some people think that the physical things define what's within, and I've been there before. That life's a bore, so full of the superficial. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you, yeah. Some people search for a fountain. The promise is forever young. You know, some people need 3 dozen roses, and that's the only way to prove you love them. Hand me the world on a silver platter, and what good would it be
Hey guys, did you have a good warm-up? I hope so. I am feeling pretty warm. I can feel my blood running into my muscles, and that makes my muscles feel nice and warm and like they're ready to do some movement. So we're going to move on to the next part of our lesson today, which is learning about shapes. Now you might already know some things about shapes, like 2D or 3D shapes, like a triangle or a cone. But when we're doing movement art, we kind of have a different idea about making shapes with our bodies. So there are a couple things that we need to do. I'm going to show you how to make shapes with your bodies and tell you what we need to do. And you guys can try along with me and we'll make some shapes together. Okay, so there are a couple rules to start off with. The first thing is that you have to use your whole body. Now, when I'm in class with my students, I usually ask them to repeat that part after me because it's an important part. So we're going to use our whole body. Say it with me. Whole body. All right, so what I mean by whole body is that I use my head. I'm going to go ahead and make a shape for you now. Okay, so I'm going to use my head. I'm going to use my arms. I'm going to use my torso. If you don't know about torsos, that's this part right here, okay? So this is my torso. It has my chest, my belly, my sides, my back, right? So I've got my head, my arms. Let's see, what can we do with my torso? Boop, there we go. And I'm also going to use my legs. Okay, so this is my first shape. It's a whole body shape. I'm using all my parts, my head, my arms, my torso, and my legs. Now, you might notice that I'm doing something else too. I'm staying still like a statue. So when we make shapes in movement art, we have to stay still and strong. Okay, I'm gonna relax for a second. So that's only one kind of shape that I just made. We can make so many different kinds of amazing shapes. I want to tell you a little bit about the holding it strong part. When we make shapes with our bodies and hold it strong, that means we have to use some energy in our bodies and our energy to hold our shapes. So you can actually feel energy in your body, okay? But I want to kind of show you an example of feeling energy in your body. So I'm going to hold my arm out in just like a shape in front of my body, right? So I'm not using a whole lot of energy to hold my arm out. So you could tell, like, if I push my arm, it would just kind of flop down like that. So you can tell I'm not really like using a lot of energy, okay? So, yep, floppy arms. Okay, so now I'm gonna use a little more energy. So what I'm thinking about is I'm thinking of my arm starting right here and energy reaching out this way. Ooh. Sound effects, right? So I'm gonna reach my energy out. Ooh, and you can actually tell that my arm looks a little different than when it was not using as much energy. That looks more relaxed, right? This is using more energy. So I'm gonna try some energy with the top of my head right now. So right now, sitting here, not using a lot of energy. Next. Ooh, I'm reaching energy up through the top of my head. Up, just like my fancy headband that I made for this lesson. So you can imagine that energy reaching up this way. Ooh, now when it reaches up, I'm noticing how I feel, and I can tell that, like, I can feel it in my belly, that reaching up idea. I can feel it like the top of my head is trying to reach it. I can feel it in my spine. My neck feels like it's getting longer, right? So we can reach our energy in different ways. If I stand up, even if I'm standing up, I can think about reaching my energy down through the ground, and I can feel my muscles becoming connected. And when we're using energy and all of our muscles are connecting that way, we can really hold our shapes still and strong. Okay, so shapes have to be using our whole body. That means our head and our arms and our torso and our legs. Whoop! Okay, so our whole bodies. Our shapes also have to stay still and strong using energy, okay? So we can make all kinds of different kinds of shapes. Let's try some together. And you can even like make your own kinds of shapes. Like you can create and invent your own kinds of shapes. They're really fun, okay? First, we're gonna try some straight shapes, right? Now, one thing we can can do with our bodies is make some kind of straight lines. So I'm gonna put my arm out straight like this. Arm out straight like this. Now I've got my legs to the side, they're pretty straight. I'm gonna take my torso straight forward too, that's a pretty straight line. And I'm using my head by turning it to the side. Okay, so that could be a straight whole body shape. You wanna try that one? Did you get it? Okay, let's try another straight whole body shape. Let's see, maybe we could put, all right, now I'm gonna lift my belly because this shape might be harder to balance and stay still because I'm gonna lift my leg up this way. But let's see, I've got my palms out this way. My torso, I'm gonna take it a tilt like this. And I need to use my head too. So, I'm gonna lift my head. Now I'm feeling a little wobbly. So when I do that, I just reach my energy out in all directions. So I'm reaching my hand energy out, my leg energy out, the top of my head energy, and my belly lifting. That one's like the secret trick too. Okay, to holding your shape still. Okay, so that was a straight shape. Now maybe you can try another straight shape. Maybe you want to have your arms straight up, right? Your legs straight out to the side. You can do all different ways. Straight in front, straight behind you. You can use different directions. Whoop! Oh, now this one's not straight though, because I'm bending my knees, right? So we can do some shapes that look angular too. That means they have angles like triangles and rectangles. That means two lines coming together to make a point. I'm making angles with my arms right now. We can use our knees to make some angles. Boop. Okay. Okay. Some angles going on. Here's another. Let's try this angular shape. Okay. Oh, there we can see some good angles this way. We can see some good angles this way. Okay, so that's an angular shape. Our bodies can also curve too, so that's when we use like our joints, like our elbows and our wrists, but we don't bend them so much. Now, if you can see that if I take this arm away a little bit, it creates more of a curved line look, like an oval. Right? We see that in a lot of like ballet curvy arms, but it doesn't have to just be ballet. Okay, so let's try it. Right, we can do curves, but that makes me think very much of ballet, right? Arms, so we can kind of try to make some curvy arms. Let's see, a curvy line shape. Now it's harder to make curves with your legs because those knees can look really pointy, and that looks more angular, but let's see. Okay, now I'm curving with my torso, I'm curving with my head. Oh, let's make another curved shape. I like curved shapes because they look nice and soft. It's curved. Try that one, looks kind of curved. Yeah. Our spine is really good at curving. Right? You see how that makes a curved line, right? But we can also curve in the other direction too. So we made straight shapes, angular shapes, we made curve shapes, and there's one more kind of way that we can make shapes with our bodies, and that's a twisted kind of shape. So our bodies can twist around, which is really cool. So I'm gonna take my arm, I'll twist it around. Whoa, I can do lots of twisty things, right? So they can twist inside, so I'm twisting my arms. I can twist around with my torso. Oh, I'm really twisting far. Oh, my legs are twisting. And I can even wrap and twist around my body like this. That would be a twisted shape. Let's see. That could be another twisted shape. So I've got my arms twisting up this way, my torso's curving, my legs are twisting, and I'm using my head by twisting it to the back too, right? So you could twist some other ways too. Now, maybe you want to make a shape that like has one arm that's angular and the other arm's twisted, and then we could curve with our torso, right? And have straight legs. You can combine them, right? So there's like, you can do like any kind of shape that you might want to do. Okay, so that's how we make shapes. Let's try to make some shapes together. So first we're gonna hold our shape for 8 counts. You can make any kind of shape that you want, right? But when I say 1, you're gonna change your shape. You'll hold it until I count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then when I say the next one, I'll say 1. Then we're going to change our shape. Okay? Now you don't have to really think about it. Just make sure that you're being safe when you are doing your shapes. Okay? So whenever I say 1, that's when we're going to make our shapes. All right, let's get it. Ready, set, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did you get it? Did you make your own kinds of shapes? So that can kind of show you how we might be able to use shapes in our dances, right? So we can use moves, like last time we learned about using gestures, but we can also use shapes. So shapes and moves are different because shapes are still and moves move around. Okay, thumbs up for some awesome shapes today. Now it's time to talk about the Statue of Liberty. Great job, give yourselves a little hand. Yeah. Okay guys, so we said that shapes are still like a statue, right? So we're actually going to be learning about a statue today, the Statue of Liberty, okay? So I've got a headband on like the Statue of Liberty today. And the Statue of Liberty is an important symbol of the United States. So we're going to talk about why she's an important symbol. But first, I'd like to talk to you just about what a symbol is. Do you guys know what a symbol is? So a symbol is something that stands for something else. And you probably already know like a lot of symbols. We've got lots of symbols in our everyday lives, right? And there are lots of symbols in art too. And symbols can help us to understand things. They can help us to understand things about the world. And they can also show what we value. So I want to show you an example of a symbol. I bet you guys know what this is. It's a shape too, right? Yeah. So this is a heart, but it's also a symbol for something. Do you know what a heart stands for or what a heart means? It means love, right? So if we see a heart symbol, if we see a heart, we know that that stands for love. And symbols can also be gestures too. Like I'm going to show you this symbol has a special meaning. It stands for peace, right? So we call this a peace sign. So if you see someone do this symbol, they mean peace. Now, symbols a lot of times are things that we see, but sometimes they can even be words. Like words are actually kind of symbols because they have a certain meaning. They mean something, right? And symbols, you can see them on the kinds of food that you eat sometimes, or even a symbol on a uniform of your favorite sports team. So symbols are everywhere, but let's get back to the Statue of Liberty and talk about why she's such an important symbol for the United States and what we can learn from her, from the symbols. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a picture of the Statue of Liberty, a couple pictures today. So the first clue about what the Statue of Liberty symbolizes is in her name, right? So she's the Statue of Liberty. So the word liberty actually means freedom. The people who founded our country thought it was important for people to be free, to practice religion and pray the way they want to, and be free to have their own beliefs. So her name shows that we value freedom because she's the Statue of Liberty. So freedom. The second thing, the Statue of Liberty was actually a gift from France. France is also a country that valued freedom, and their gift of the statue is a symbol of friendship between the United States and France. Do you guys think friendship is important? Do you know about friendship? I think about how important friendship is every day. I have great friends, and I'm grateful to have friends that care about me. So if you look at the second picture of the Statue of Liberty, you can see that she is holding some things. In one hand, she's holding a torch way up high. So that torch is also a symbol. That is a symbol too. The light can actually be a symbol for many things, but to me, when I look at this picture, the way that she's holding that torch up high, it looks like she's lighting a path for others to follow. And you can even tell if you look at her legs and her feet, she's standing with one foot in front and one foot behind. So if you look at the shape that the Statue of Liberty makes, you can tell she's walking forward. So for me, holding up that light and walking forward, that looks like a symbol of leadership. Do you think she looks like a leader? Now, if you put those ideas together, like holding up a light really high and walking forward, you might think that she might be walking somewhere that might be dark, that she can't see, or that might be kind of scary. But she's also standing up so brave and tall. She's got her chin lifted. So for me, when I look at the Statue of Liberty, it reminds me of being a good leader, being brave, of friendship, and of freedom. When you're a leader, you care about the people that follow you. And I think that might be why the Statue of Liberty is holding that torch up so high, to help other people see which way to go. We're going to take those ideas of leadership, of bravery, of friendship, and of freedom, and we're going to make some shapes and some moves and put them in a dance together. Okay, let's start making this dance. So the first thing that we're going to show is a shape, okay? We're going to actually make our bodies in this shape, kind of like the Statue of Liberty. That's going to show leadership, and it's also going to show bravery. So I'm going to show you how. First, leadership. We're holding up the torch, lighting the way for others to follow. And you can hold your arm up way up high, and we've got our other arm holding our tablet, right? Now we're starting on one foot with one foot behind, so you can tell that we're walking forward, all right? So we're making this shape using our whole bodies, our legs, our arms, our head by lifting our chin up high, and our torso by lifting up and standing up so brave and confident. So the way and the energy that we have in our bodies is showing bravery. So we have our shape for leadership and bravery. What we do next is we're going to walk, lead the way, but we're actually going to walk in a circular pathway for this dance. I'm going to scoot back to make sure you guys can see me. All right, so 5, 6, 7, 8, we'll walk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, face the front on 8. Okay, did you get it? So every count, I'm taking a step, right? Let's try that part by ourselves, just the stepping part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sometimes if you say the counts out loud or say them in your head, it can help your feet know when to go. All right, let's try the move together. You can say the counts if you want to, but we're gonna do it from our Statue of Liberty, our freedom and bravery shape. We've got our torch up high, we are holding our tablet, our chest is lifted, chin, 5, 6, here we go. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now if you need to practice that again, you can pause the video anytime or go back and rewind. But we're going to go to our next move, which it moves into another shape. And this is a shape that I think of for a friendship shape. So when I think of friendship, I think of another symbol, which is shaking hands, right? And holding hands, that's a symbol that kind of shows trust and friendship. So I know my very dear good friends, I trust them a lot, right? So we're going to make this. We just step together on 8. We're going to bring our hands into a shape, and it takes 4 counts to get there. So we're going to bend our knees, and our hands are going to come down. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're holding our, I'm going to get a little closer so you can see. So here's my shape. Do you know what kind of shape this would be? This would be an angular shape. You can tell because I'm making points with my elbows. And if I turn sideways, you can see I'm making angles. My hips are making an angle, my knees are making angles. So we created an angular shape to show friendship. Okay, so we come down here, 1, 2, 3, we're here, 4. Okay, let's put all of that together. 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Step together, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. Let's try that one more time. 6, 5, 6, 7. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, our next moves have to do with freedom. There really can probably be so many different ways that we could show an idea of freedom through movement. But the first thing that came to mind for me is birds, right? And we actually have a bird that's an American symbol too, the bald eagle, right? So I thought of birds because birds can fly, right? And I'm really inspired by birds. I like to watch birds a lot. I like to watch birds fly, and I like things that fly in general. But so flying to me kind of has is like a symbol of a feeling of freedom, right? So that's what I was thinking when I did this one. Okay, so these are some moves that have to do with flying. Some of them might be kind of tricky, but I think you got this. Okay. We just finished here. So I'm gonna spread my wings and get ready to fly, okay? So I'm gonna take my elbows down. So they dip down, and then I'm reaching my elbows back and up. And then here are my wings. Here come my wrists. Yep. Getting ready to fly. Now I'm going to go down. Here I go. This is a practice swoosh. I'm going to go down facing to the side. Here come my wings again. Swoosh. And okay, now here's a tricky one. I'm going to make a shape in the air. So I want to talk to you about what it's going to look like. So we're actually going to jump for our flying move. I'm going to start facing this way. I'm going to jump, and I'm going to face the other direction, okay? Now, we have to get a good bend to jump, right? If you don't have a good bend, you won't go very high. So it's really important. If you want to go high, sometimes you have to be really low, okay? So we're going to get really low. We're going to jump up, and my legs are going to make an angular shape in the air. So my legs are going to be bent. This front knee is going to be bent here, so that's like making my point between my two lines. My back leg's going to be bent, right? And my arms are going to push back. So they're doing a move that goes back, right? Okay, so let's go back. We just did our friendship. We did 1, 2, 3, 4. Our elbows are going to go down and back. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, I like adding that little toe part. Now we're going to push down. 1, 2, press back. 3, 4, getting ready to fly. 5, 6, press back. 7, 8. We're going to come down one more time. We're going to plie on 1, and our jump is on 2. So plie means to bend. We're going to bend our knees down on 1. We're going to jump on 2. So you have 1, 2. Did you get it? We're going to try that one again, right? So you have 1, 2. Let's try to use our torso. I'm going to try to use my torso in that a little bit more. So when I go back, push my arms back, I'm going to arch. Right? Now it's really important to end in a plie and a bend down here too so we don't get hurt. All right, last one for this one. Here we go. 1, 2. All right. Let's put all those moves together. 6, 5, 6, 7. We're walking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Friendship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go. 1, 2. All right. I think you guys are ready for some music. If not, if you want to practice that again, you can practice it again, but I'm going to put some music on for us to try that, okay? All right, guys, here we go. 5, 6, 7, walking.
One hand in the air for the big city. Street lights, big dreams, all looking pretty. No place in the world that can compare. Put your lighters in the air, everybody say yeah.
Last one. 6, 5, 6, 7, and.
One hand in the air for the big city. Street lights, big dreams, all looking pretty. No place in the world that can compare. Put your lighters in the air, everybody say yeah. New York. Concrete jungle.
Okay, guys, I hope you guys had fun learning the first part of our Statue of Liberty dance. I will be back on Friday with a new video that continues this lesson. So we'll learn more about the Statue of Liberty and symbols. We'll also talk a little bit about citizenship too. So be sure and check back here on Friday. Remember, every day we'll be posting new lessons for kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade. So be sure and come and check back. We have a mixture of visual art lessons and movement art lessons every day, and each lesson is tied to school curriculum. If you're interested in supporting programs like this, you can donate to the Acadiana Center for the Arts, the nonprofit that manages the PACE program for Lafayette Parish school system. Help keep our teaching artists working, share our videos, and keep making art. If you guys want more, you can book me for private online lessons. I can teach private or like individual or group lessons. For booking information, please contact me at wasiloski.teresa@gmail.com. So the way that I like to say goodbye to my friends is with a gesture, finger wave, and with a big hug gesture. You guys did a great job today. Thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.